Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. Today, we are talking about cryptocurrency. So, I guess it's been hitting the news waves that Starbucks has been considering accepting Bitcoin payments. Okay. And I heard this mentioned, I want to say it was back in August. They started talking about this, about the possibility of a Bitcoin, what do you call those things? I forgot what you call them, exchange that is partnering with, that was looking at partnering with Starbucks in order to accept Bitcoin payments. And, while on the one hand, that would be a good thing because it would be making Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency more mainstream. It's really not necessarily a good idea for Bitcoin holders. And here's why. So the thing about Bitcoin, even though it's called cryptocurrency, the word currency can be really misleading. It is not considered legal tender. Okay. So as far as the government is concerned, Bitcoin and other types of cryptocurrency are considered property. You would really want to think of it like stocks. And so if you sell your Bitcoin, and this is what you're doing. If you use your Bitcoin to buy something, it's considered a sale. And you have to track those sales, whether you have a gain or a loss. So if you think about how often people go to Starbucks to buy coffee, some people do that every day. Okay. You think about that 30 days. So you have to track all of those transactions if you're using Bitcoin to pay for your drinks. And this is really not something that I recommend. And I remember, late 2016, early 2017, I think when, I saw all kind of posts on social media where people like, oh, I went and bought lunch with my Bitcoin, and oh, I went and bought a car with my Bitcoin, and I went and bought coffee with my Bitcoin. And I'm saying, hey, do you realize that you're going to have to pay capital gains on those purchases? And like, you have to be able to track and report that. And that really did not become a really big deal until in mid 2017, when the IRS got access to all of Coinbase's data as to who the buyers and sellers of cryptocurrency were. They weren't looking for people who were doing the right thing. They were looking for criminals. But when you're looking for criminals, everybody else gets caught up in the game. Okay. And so after that, then, the reporting for requirements for cryptocurrency really became like super duper important because the IRS now had access to the data, and not reporting your cryptocurrency gains and losses, well, that can be tax evasion. Okay. And so this is why, even though there is the push to make cryptocurrency more mainstream, it's until the laws change, or if they ever do change, about how cryptocurrency is classified, I'm just going to tell you, don't do it. Right? I'm going to tell you not to do that, because unless you are willing to track all of those gains and losses, which there's software out there now to help you do it. There's lots and lots of them out there now. When I first started looking at the software, there might have been like one or two, but now there's more and more popping up every day. So there's software out there to help you do that. But again, you're really taking something of value that is really an asset, and you're trading it for something that's not. Right? And that's really not what you want to do here. Like, just forget the fact that we are, talking about cryptocurrency becoming more mainstream. This just doesn't make good business sense, right? It really doesn't make good business sense for you to sit there and take an asset that can be growing and earning more money for you and go spend it on a cup of coffee that's just going to give you a shot for a couple of hours, and then the thrill is gone, right? So I would not, I still wouldn't recommend it. I don't care if you get a little bit, because at one point there's little Bitcoin debit cards. You can just go swipe that thing just like you would, a debit card, right? I still wouldn't recommend it. Like, I'm not a financial advisor. right? That's not what I do. I'm a tax chick. But on the tax side, you don't want to track all these transactions, but also it's just the fact of taking something of value and exchanging it for a cup of coffee. I just think that just doesn't make sense. I can see if you're cashing out your crypto and then you're going to go buy a house or something, right? I can see that, but just to go and just go get a cup of coffee, boo, that don't make sense. It just does not make sense, So just because you can, it doesn't mean you should. And yeah, it's like selling stock every day. So you think about the most valuable stock out there. Would you be willing to go sell off a share of, pick a stock? Because you name something and people are like, oh my gosh, now she thinks she's a, whatever. I got too many people already asking me who I think I am anyway. But anywho, but you think about the most valuable stock out there. Would you be willing to sell a piece of that off for a cup of coffee when it can be sitting there gaining more money for you, working for you in order for you to grow your wealth? Okay. The one thing that cryptocurrency did, I believe, is that it allowed a lot of normal, common people to become wealthy very quickly. I believe that is one of the major benefits of cryptocurrency. But the flip side of that is that people got wealthy, but then did not understand the tax ramifications. And so they went and bossed out and then wound up with a tax bill that they weren't ready to pay. And especially for my traders, because every sale, whether you're cashing out your Bitcoin for fiat currency, or if you're exchanging one cryptocurrency for another, every one of those constitutes a sale. And if you have a gain on one and you lose it on another, oh well, right? If you got to pay taxes on that gain. You still report your losses as well, but you still got to pay taxes on the gain. So, so don't go and just go spend your cryptocurrency all willy-nilly just because somebody says, hey, we accepting Bitcoin payments. Let's just not, really think about the wealth building aspect of this and where you can put your money for it to continue to grow for you. I'm not saying don't enjoy your money. I'm just saying don't do something stupid like, go sell a little bit of Bitcoin off every day just to go get a caffeine fix. No, that's what I just say. No, don't do that. So yeah, so I'm watching this to see, to see how this works out because, it really does complicate things. It sounds like a very easy thing to do, and it is, just to go and, just go and spend your Bitcoin however you do it, whether it's through a debit card swipe or if you cash it out and then, use it like an exchange and then go, however that works. It really does complicate things because you've got to track all those transactions. You've got to track and report all of those gains, and failure to report all of those gains, that's tax evasion. Okay. And that's what you can really go to jail for. All right. So yeah, we'll see how this is going to work out. And it's also a complexity for Starbucks as well, because even if they accept Bitcoin as it is, they've got to put that on their books at the value of it as of that time. And then they also got to go track their gains as well. So it's a lot of tracking that would need to be going on and reporting that needs to go on. Yeah. And that could just be crazy. Just use your cash to buy your Starbucks. Okay. Can we do that? Can we agree to just pay cash for Starbucks, leave the cryptocurrency out of it? All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9:00-ish, and you can come here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.